That's me, Curtis Hines. I would love to tell y'all that I've been the best husband and best father in the world. Nah, not at all. I failed many times for many years, but I wanted to do better, not only for myself, but for my wife and kids, and the people that love me. I want to share with you all on how I became a better man, a better husband, and a better father. Hey, how y'all doing? This is Committing to Your Commitments. I'm Curtis Hines. Thank you for tuning in. Man, I really appreciate you for joining me today. Yes, I am excited about what I want to talk about. If you've been following me, hey, I'm continuing this series, basically encouraging and inspiring my men to be better fathers, better husbands, and overall guys. The last couple of weeks I've been talking about money. That's right. Yes, I've been talking about money. And I want to continue to talk about that in this episode. This is episode 35. So, hey, if you just now tuning in, go back and watch the rest of them so you can see what I'm about. I'm all about my guys, empowering my fellas. Let's do this, fellas. So today's topic is money makes things better at home. I said this before. Money does not buy happiness, but it does make some things easier. Yes, especially at home. Fellas, hear me out. I remember being broke. I mean, broke. Like I remember being so broke that me and my wife had to donate blood in order to buy Pampers for our child. Our oldest son is 18 now. So yes, about 18 years ago. That's how broke I was. Like we was that broke where, you know, we had to donate blood and everything to be able to get some cash to be able to buy Pampers. Nobody knows that. A lot of people don't know that. So, hey, look, hey, I've been there. I've been there where times were really tough, like very tough. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that feeling because that's how I grew up. Like I was almost raised that way, basically, in the environment that I was. Like I said, growing up with a single parent home. My mama was on government assistance. So we were broke. So I was broke I was raised in a poverty environment, basically, where we needed government assistance in order to survive. So I wanted more and I wanted better. But I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything about it. Like I was working and everything, but I wasn't doing my money right, like at all. So having to go through that with my then girlfriend and the mother of my first child, now my wife, I understand how it feels to be broke. Like I truly understand. And that's why I want to talk about how money makes things better at home, because now, that's something I don't have to do. We don't have to do that anymore. You know, my son is now 18. He graduated from high school now. So yeah, he never knew that. And the way we're teaching him, he would never be in that position if he followed what we're telling him and teaching him, because those are the tough times we had to go through. So he doesn't have to go through that. And when I say money makes things better at home, is because it takes money to be a provider. Like seriously, like it is a blessing to be able to be a man that provides for his family. Like it's a blessing. It's a wonderful thing. But in order for me to provide shelter, food, clothing, even fun times with the family, it takes money to do those things. It does. Like that's the reality that we live in. It takes money to be a provider. You can definitely provide your time, your love, your support. Yes, those things are priceless. You cannot pay for those things. So that is a awesome thing. If you're providing those things, that you a step ahead of everybody. But it definitely makes things better at home when you are financially fit to be able to provide for your family and all those needs when it comes to food, shelter, and all those things. because you need shelter to protect your family. Like, you don't want your family out and homeless, you don't want them out, and bad weather, storms, rain, all that. You want to protect them from bad weather. You want to protect them from the craziness of the world. So you want to be able to, provide shelter or whatnot. So once I reached that point to where I felt like I don't want to have to do this. I don't want to have to, be scraping and in the couch cushions, looking for change, to figure out how we're going to eat it. Not like, I didn't want to do that anymore. Like, I had reached that point where I was like, I'm a man. Like, I need to provide for my family. I need to be disciplined. I need to make sure that, hey, I'm, financially, stable to where my wife can depend on me to be that provider that she desires, that provider that our kids need and everything. So it is very important to be able to provide for your family financially. Like, I said this, it is an uncomfortable topic to talk about in our households now, because it's fear and people don't understand money and everything. So I just want to continue to encourage you guys not to fear that conversation, because if you are living check to check, or if you're having to, wait weeks and weeks before you can feed your family, or a week or two before you can feed your family, then we have to align our priorities in order to be able to provide for our family in such a way financially that is no stress. So that money makes home better, because it's less stress. It's not gonna fix everything in your house. Like, money would not fix things. It just makes things less stressful when you're able to provide those necessities, those things that you need, the things that the must haves. I'm not saying, because your kids are upset with you because you can't take them to Disney World, but yet you're making sure they eat and have a meal every day, then kudos to you. You doing what you're supposed to do. Don't feel bad because you can't take your kids to, all these fancy places and buy them the nicest things and everything. But they do have some shoes on their feet. They do have clothes on their backs. They do have food on the table. So don't beat yourself down or feel bad that, oh, you're not able to provide them with all this lavish, things and these fine, like, nah, that should make you feel bad. As long as you providing for them the things they need, man, look, don't go broke trying to satisfy a certain taste. Even fellas, even with your wife or your significant other and everything, don't go broke trying to satisfy a certain desire, as far as a want, more so to say, because I've seen too many times where people have went broke because they're trying to display a certain lifestyle to either their significant other or even to their friends and family, and are really broke, like really financially tight, like, one check away from getting put out, one check away from getting your car repoed. We don't want to be that way, fellas. And I know you probably love your wife and you love your significant other, you love your kids and you want them to be happy, but don't go broke because of them. Like, straight up. That's something you just gonna have to, hey, toughen up. I thank God that I started with my kids young, that, we couldn't afford certain things, and every now and then we'll buy, some nicer things for them here and there, but we didn't make it a habit to develop a certain lifestyle or a certain, we didn't expose them to these type of things to where that's all they want, that's all they know, if that makes sense to you all. So you don't want to, expose or at least put something out there and then have to continue to do that, and then to a point to where things get tight and you're sacrificing your house, you're sacrificing your car, you're sacrificing all these things just to satisfy something that couldn't wait, something that you should be able to communicate within your house to tell your wife or your significant other, to tell your kids, hey, this what's up. Like, we need to cut back on this. We need to take some time to focus on this. We don't need this right now. We don't need that right now. Like, look, like I said, money don't fix everything. Money could be, you know what I'm saying, the kryptonite to you as Superman. Like, you may be super dad and super husband and everything because of the money to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want it to be, we don't want money to weigh out more than our love and all this and that we give to our families. But money does make a difference. Money does help. So I'm saying this all to just be mindful of your spending. Be mindful on where the money's going. Like I said before, like, you need money. Like, you need it to survive. You need it to be a provider. You need it to pay your bills. You need these things, and make it a priority to budget your money. Make it a priority to, you know, like I said, involve your significant other. Like, excuse me and my wife had the same bank account for a while, like for a good while. That's when we got married now. That's when we got married, straight up. Like, we weren't doing it as a couple, you know, girlfriend and boyfriend. Nah, we weren't doing it. Once we got married, it was just smart. It was just, hey, we're open enough. We love each other enough. Like, we want to be honest enough, especially about our finances, about our debt and everything, to where, hey, we need to make sure that we on the same, focus. Like, we on the same level. We seeing eye to eye when it comes to our financial situation. Because we were there. Like, you know, I've been with my wife 20 years. So we've been through a lot of tough times when it comes to money. And like I said, as the man, as the head of the house, I knew there was something I had to take control of for me, myself, and my discipline. Because like I said, I was an alcoholic, and man, I was just spending so much money that led us to having to, you know what I'm saying, make certain tough decisions and go without. And you know what I'm saying, to where, man, we got kids, we got to figure this thing out. And I wasn't helping. So now, you know, in the situation that we're in now, I thank God, you know, for us learning and understanding the importance of money, the importance of having balance when it comes to our financial situation. So please, fellas, man, make sure, man, that we are focusing on that area as well. Not to where you just throwing money and you're not doing all those other things. Money complements you overall when you're doing all those other things, like I spoke about earlier, when you're spending time with your family, your wife and kids, when you're encouraging and motivate, when you're living and leading and, you know, by example, and showing them the way to go and showing them how to do things and showing them be respectful and kind. When you're doing all those things, money just complements that, because you already is like a great dad, a good husband, all that. Man, money just compliments you, man. It's like the icing on the cake, basically. You the cake, man, you know, no offense, but you know, you get what I'm saying. Like, we the main course, you know what I'm saying? The money is like dessert, basically. So it helps, you know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we're focusing on our financial situation. It just makes things, you know, less stressful. Because the world is already crazy, man. It's so many other things that we have to deal with. There's so many other challenges that we face as men, you know, as husbands, as fathers and everything. And to be able to eliminate that particular thing, like, oh, well, I'm not going to allow money to, you know, ruffle feathers in my home. I'm not going to let money be the you know, factor that's going to make and break my marriage or make and break my relationship with my kids. I'm not going to let money have that much power. But I'm smart enough to know that money definitely helps. You know what I'm saying? So let's really focus in on that, man. Just talk about it. That's the one thing I think is the first step. Like I said before, have an open conversation. Be open enough, be honest enough to just start that conversation to say, hey, let's look at the numbers for real. Like, let's really look at it and see. And like I said, honesty plays a big part in my financial, life with my wife. Just being honest about things. Like, I don't have a secret stash or anything, you know what I'm saying? She knows everything, what this account is about. We got a business account, we got, savings. Man, we open enough to where we're seeing eye to eye, and it makes it easier. It makes it easier where there's no pressure or anything. Like, we're honest enough to know where we at, and it helps us to motivate each other, encourage each other when we thinking of ideas and everything on how to generate more income. Like, it just helps when we're both on the same page to be like, hey, man, you can do this. Hey, yeah, you can do this. So together we can do this and, generate more income again to, make things easier for us, to make things easier for each other, to make things easier for our kids. And thinking about your future, like, think about what's to come, like the rainy day, like, it's so important. And even just the financial freedom, right now we both are working 9-to-5s, and we need to make sure that we focus on our money because we both desire to work for ourselves and be entrepreneurs and everything. So that's something I'm definitely going to talk about next episode, about investing your coins. Fellas, I hope this helps, man. Again, man, I'm just trying to hopefully a little light bulb will pop up when you're looking at these videos, and maybe it'll just alter your perspective on things, for you to see things differently, to be like, oh man, I never thought about it that way. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to throw that out there, so maybe you never thought about it that way. And if you have, maybe this is just confirmation for you to be like, man, all right, cool. Like, it's not just me. Like, all right, somebody else talking that talk, like, they get it, they see what I'm saying. Maybe it's to show your significant other or your wife, like, hey, see what I was talking about? This guy saying the same thing. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I'm confirming it. Listen to him. If he's saying what I'm saying, he right. Like, let's do it. Let's do it together, fellas. Include your significant other, include your wife, include your kids. They are the future. So include them in these conversations as well, man. I really hope this helps, man. Fellas, I love y'all, respect y'all. This is why I'm doing this for y'all, man, for my guys. Hey, I needed this, when I was going through the things I was going through. I wish I had something like this. So I understand. I've been through a lot. I've been through it all. Like I said, I've been married 14 years. I got 5 kids. Hey, I got stories to tell. So, but in the meantime, check me out on all social media platforms if you want to know more about me. And need some encouraging words and things of that nature. I post all the time on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. At the Curtis J. Hines. Again, this is committing to your commitments. I'll see you guys soon. Come back. And like I said, this is episode 35. Go back and watch the other ones, man. Just go. Like I said, money helps. Really does.